Welcome to part 12 of Sailor Moon Another Story, and we're gonna wrap up not only Venus' side of this chapter, but chapter 2 entirely, this part. 8 parts, ladies and gentlemen, 8 parts. I told you this was a long chapter, but anyway, we're going to be going over to the sage, Verna, and Verna happens to know a lot about Sailor Venus. But also, for those of you who are wondering, why are we here? In the last part, Ishtar crashed the party, moved Kunzite's statue, and turned Rias into a town full of statues. Yeah, that used to be men, by the way, but they're now stone statues, and the only reason why Venus wasn't one of them is because of the fact that she was holding Kunzite's stone. Otherwise, she too would be petrified permanently, and no one would know about it. Oh, but there's a backstory to this. It seems Venus actually made an appearance here, as she's revered as a god here, or goddess I should say, while Kunzite's revered as a goddess in Rias... Oh, okay, let me rephrase that. Kunzite is revered as a god in Rias Village, like Jadeite was also revered as a god in Yagsen Village, back in part 7. The difference is, while Jadeite's village was pretty much doomed to obscurity due to who they were worshipping, Kunzite's village was pretty much doomed because of the fact that Kunzite, once he got brainwashed by Queen Beryl, turned into a humongous asshole. In other words, he put a curse on Rias Village. So the only way to reverse this curse is to meet a person named Radina, and we have to go to the Yagsen Castle. The thing is, I'll have to fight through random encounters, but hey, it'll be all worth it. But, Yagsen Castle is probably the toughest area for Venus. Despite her level, which is 13 by the time I came back here, and you will wholeheartedly see, and despite the fact that she has one of her special items, Venus is gonna have a world of problems because I have her in the arrow formation, because I'm trying to, quickly get through this as humanly possible. Oh, and I apologize for the frame rate once again dropping. It is not intended for it to happen, but it does. It does. So now we're in the area of Yagsen Castle, and this time we can go in. Once we do, however, we're gonna have to make the climb up. Oh, now for why it's gonna be painfully hard. These are Dokbur. It would be in your best interest to actually set foot in this castle, not at level 10, but at level 17. Okay, I would be a little bit be a little bit overpowered. I would say more on the lines of 14 and 15. It would be in your best interest to set foot in this castle around level 14. Because, as you can see here, I'm at level 10, and they're doing 36 damage, and they almost have me near death. That is not a good thing. Their strength is ridiculous, and it's a good thing I got all those Yaga soups when I did. It certainly will do the trick. This is all the more reason why buy the Yaga soups before you leave Yagsen Village. Because Yaga soups will cure all HP. So yeah, this is what we're gonna be facing. Dokbur that actually is going to wreck my shit until I get at a higher level. And that's not even including the boss that's here. Yeah, that's right, there's a boss here. So once we get there, I'll explain further. But anyway, as I was saying before we came to the Yagsen Village, or Yagsen Castle, sorry. Kunzite actually gave his blessings only to Venus. And should anything... Oh, right, I went the wrong way. God damn it, I'm going the wrong way. Well, at least I went up a level. That constitutes for something. And at least I'm taking less damage now. But as I was saying, Sailor Venus has special protection from Kunzite, while he pretty much damns all the rest of the villagers. Just because. Seriously, I didn't think he would be that much of a dick to villagers that actually worshipped him. But he is. Oh, and a quick note about Doctor, going back to the subject on hand. Doctor does not give out as much experience points as the previous enemies in the last, 2 parts ago, actually. Oh, I'll just give a Yaga soup to her. Yeah, because I wouldn't be able to have time to use a life water. Trust me, these things will wreck your shit if you do not actually heal. My setup pretty much will get me killed if you don't know what you're doing. But at the best part, you could actually blaze through this once you get a higher level. So like I said, I recommend you come in between level 14 and 15. And where we need to go, even though that was a save point, and it's a good thing I found that, because chances are these Doctor will get a critical hit, and when they do, it's not pretty. So, one Crescent Beam shower, and they're dead. I'm gonna have to heal, because this is dangerous. And the worst part is, these things are faster than me, and they get two shots on me, one per each Doctor. So that is a dangerous thing. And having Venus in the arrow formation may be a bad thing, but also at the same time it one-shots them. So there's a benefit and a curse to that. Again, someone just scored a critical hit. Yeah, that's a lot of enemies. Oh, that's a lot of times going to be running into this enemy. And healing every time. Also, it would be in your best interest to save, too. Oh, and I'm almost at a level anyway, so I might as well just take this. If I take this, I'm going to save. I really am. Christ. Oh. It's okay. I have gained level. Because the boss we need to face needs to be you need to be at least level 10. So you'll be fine for this boss. I should save. I really should. No, I don't need to use that. Come on. And I'm at level 13, so yeah. And I apologize for what I said earlier. I didn't grind to level 13, I grinded to level 10 unlike before. So, we're right now at the best level we could be for this part. So let's move on. We should be nearing our target right after this battle. I'm going to heal as soon as humanly possible. Yeah. This don't take a while. Oh, right. This is the person we need to face. It's Radina. However, Radina has been possessed by a spirit, and now she's coming after Sailor Venus. So that means we're gonna have to beat the crap out of her. Now, Radina only uses Poison Mist and only uses a very powerful attack. So, I think it would be in your best interest to whip out the Venus Wing Sword and waylay it on her. Of course I get poisoned! It's always gonna happen. It's always gonna happen. One time I will get poisoned. Now then, let's use some Venus Wing Chain Sword one more time and we'll probably end her. Radina only has about 500 HP, so this should not be a problem. And, of course, 2 Winged Swords, she's good as done. Especially at level 13. And now Radina comes back to her senses. So now, we're gonna have to go back to the village. Because Radina will tell you how to cure the village. Sorry. And I do believe she's going to tell you the most convoluted way to free every single villager in Rias Village. And it also turns out that Radina worked in Sailor Venus's employ. Wow! Amazing how people lived for over 1,000 years. Anyway, it's really also a shame that Kunzite was such a dick to leave such a curse. It's like, don't touch my statue, or bad shit will befall you. And then Ishtar touches the statue. Really stupid of her to do that. Yeah, and it even says so right here. Kunzite's statue punished the people. And he purposely removed the protection on everybody but Venus. So in other words, Queen Beryl turned him into a massive dick. Wow, seriously, Kunzite. So the only way to actually get rid of the curse, Sailor Venus will have to hit the statue with the Crescent Beam. Something you're not going to be able to control. So, in other words, we're going to have to leave from this area and go back to Rias Village to shoot a statue with the Crescent Beam. It's really convoluted, please. Okay, how should I put this? It's really convoluted as hell, but since we're here, and everybody still turned to stone, by the way, that massive jump cut, I happen to grind a couple of more levels on the way here. So, let's go to that statue. Of course, it's not going to be easy, ladies and gentlemen. Just not going to be easy. Because waiting for us is that moron Ishtar. And, of course, she, instead of pushing the statue, is going to try to chuck the statue at you. What a dumbass. Does she really... Oh wait, she just said, I should avoid such cunning people. Really? Ishtar, you are stupid. And you want to know what else is stupid? The fact that I'm going to nuke this guy, actually, in a matter of 2 hits. This is Henchman. Even though he hits really hard, 1 Winged Sword, he's down like a bitch. Yep. If you think that's pathetic, we're almost near the end of this chapter. So all we have to do is push Kunzite's statue back the way it was and hit it with the Crescent Beam. And once that happens, the holy light of Kunzite will turn every last person back to normal. Hey, don't believe me? Walk up to this guy and talk to him. Yep, the stone's beginning to melt, so now everybody's coming back to life. So let's leave this area. And once we do, well, you'll see that the town will be completely back to normal in no time. Come on, past me. Get out the temple. There you go. And of course, the villagers are free! Hallelujah! And now, since they're free, they can now commence with the party. I'm just kidding, But, the moment they know who did it, well, Venus is gonna have to literally beat these guys off with a stick. Or at least beat them back, one of the two. Oh wait, they already know! And look who's behind them. Poor Venus. So now, thanks to what we did, we'll get some free items from this. Yeah! If you honestly thought that us in this chapter, well, the final boss, you are sadly mistaken. You're gonna get something for that beautiful body, which is lipstick. Poor Venus. And you'll also get a manicure. By the way, all of these are key items. Yes, you even got cologne. So now you're gonna have to run like hell because, well, the cutscene will have Venus running like hell. I mean, she's not used to this kind of attention. I mean, sure, she has the occasional boy flirting with her left and right, but not a whole mob of guys. And since we're in Darcy's house, hopefully making sure things are safe here, now we get, I do believe, what is it we get? Oh, right, we get a Rias Topaz. And in case you're wondering, that's 2 Rias Topazes we got. The Rias Topazes are actually gems that, increase your, well, not increase, more like the Rias Topazes are gems that heal you for 80 HP, and not to mention, cures all your bad stats. So that's a pretty freaking good gem. And you got one from Radina, and now you got one from him. You should have too, but I ended up using one on the way back. So yeah, I only have one. So anyway, Darcy pretty much explains that, Kunzite stone is basically the only thing of Kunzite they have left. And that he knew all along that Sailor Venus wasn't just simply Venus. And of course, while Venus is infatuated with Darcy, she's gonna have to leave her, emotions behind in order to continue on with her mission, that is to get Tuxedo Mask out of bed. But to be perfectly honest with you, we're not going to, come back to this village, even though she says we're coming back. We got everything we need from this village. We don't need to come back. Now, we're gonna have to leave this village for good this time, once we stock up on items, Well, if I need to. I don't think I need to. Okay, I'll just buy some bento and be done with it. Those actually will help. Especially in the next part. Now then. Let's get the hell out of here and let's head on to plot. Of course. That was 2 jump cuts, by the way, and that was because I was coming to a part where I was just getting to an area where there's no jump cuts, and as you can see here, Venus is now strong enough to do 1,000 damage to people. I mean, Haruka was already doing that at level 10, by the way. Oh, and in case something terrible happens, save. It would be in your best interest to save because you never know how things will turn out. So now, let's beam up to the Ark. Haha, the Ark. Last time I checked, the Ark blew off the left side of the moon with a giant laser. Anyway, oh, by the way, that was a Sonic reference. Sonic Adventure 2 to be precise. Anyway, what we need to do is go here to find a red rose, a moon shard, and the topaz tiara. Let's put that topaz tiara on right now. That will help so much. As a matter of fact, look at Sailor Venus' stats right now. And to be blunt, she's at level 15, so she is basically strong enough to finish off the rest of this level. And if there are any random encounters on this ship, it's a rarity. So we just have to go down here to continue plot. And of course, Venus is getting a little bit of nostalgia from her previous life. Because this is the Ark that belongs to Sailor Venus. And here's a spoiler warning, we're going to be using this Ark later on. Anyway, let us get a few more things. And by a few more things, I mean the bento and the toilet that happens to be down there. Now, as soon as we come up, we're gonna be forced into a boss battle. And probably the most pathetic boss battle of this whole freaking chapter. And Ishtar just now figured out that Sailor Venus is the person that had the Kunzite's He statue. Sailor Venus had Kunzite's He stone the whole entire time. It just dawned on her. And to think, if this dumbass would have actually succeeded in turning Sailor Venus into stone and tipping her statue over, she would break the stone in the process, failing the mission for Apsu. And now, let's go ahead and own this dummy. She is only, literally, 300 HP. 15 is the best you can have to be. Other than that, even one Crescent Beam can kill her. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the whole chapter right there. And if that does not kill her, you are underleveled greatly. Spend some time in the areas between Rias and Sariel Village, and spend some time in Yagsen Castle, because if you can't beat Ishtar, you are definitely underleveled. The only thing she'll just use is like Sonic Wave and her physical attacks. That's it. And now, Ishtar will pretty much show her backstory, and her backstory is basically she was walking with Naboo while Naboo was talking to Apsu in her mind. By the way, fuck that fight with Naboo. I'm gonna keep saying that till the day I die. And not just that, chances are we're gonna meet her again. So yeah, I'm saying this ahead of time. Fuck the fight with Naboo. So, once this flashback ends, it'll pick up right where we left off before Naboo played Happy Slaps with Mercury back in part 6. Yes, that's still a thing, and yes, that's up, and not hit with copyright. Yet. Anyway, Ishtar is still trying to figure out what in the world is wrong with Naboo as she's talking to herself. As all Let's Players do. I'm just kidding, everyone. But once Apsu takes her away, Ishtar follows. And that's pretty much how Ishtar got in league with Apsu. She didn't want to be left behind, so she went to the light as well. And she's freaking out because of it. And notice, Ishtar speaks in a third person. So yeah, that'll let you know that she's a grade A ditz. And she claims she's the best Senshi of them all. I just shot her in the face, and she fell. And she fails Proverbs. By the way, Sailor Venus has a penchant of doing that too. Failing Proverbs and old sayings by miswording them correctly. Well, incorrectly wording them. That's what I meant to say. But Ishtar pretty much beats Sailor Moon to the punch. So chances are we'll be coming back here for this arc. But until then, we are done with Chapter 2. So, yeah. With all 4 stones, will Mamoru come back from his near-death experience? No, because it's not going to immediately go to Mamoru. Instead, as we save, it's going to go directly to Chibiusa, because before the start of Chapter 2, Chibiusa snuck out the house. And now we're going to be playing as her in Part 13. I'm going to put on some equipment for her because I left that over. And I will see you guys in Part 13 when we start Chapter 3 with probably my least favorite scout in the series. Hey. I mean, she does have her funny moments, but I will say she is my least favorite scout in the series because of how ineffective she is in the show. This is RPMan985. See you guys next time.